And recently, on a video which was circulating of two children who were missing, 17-year-old and a 21-year-old, a father come on social media and he was saying he was looking for his two children, a 17-year-old and a 21-year-old. And the father said he doesn't know where his children are and he has been looking for them for the past 2 months. And the father went on to say that the last time he saw his children is when they left home to go to the library. The father went on to say that most of the time these children will go out to study. The father said the 20-year-old already finished matrix and was waiting to go to university, and the other one, the 17-year-old, was still doing matrix this year, and then both of them will go to university the following year. So when they left home, the children said they were going to the library, but they never came back. So when the father realized that it was late and the children are not yet home, the father decided to contact the police, and a search was made, but they couldn't find the children. And then the father and the police went to the library where the children were last seen, and there were some school children who said that the two girls were picked up by a lady in a car, and the children were arguing that they didn't want to be in that car. But apparently, they said the lady forced the children to go in. So the other children took the number plate of that lady's car, which was given to the father. So the father and the police contacted that lady of that number plate, and the lady confirmed that she really did picked up these two children. But then she said she just picked them up because she wanted to know more about that school, because she also have a child who was going to be enrolled at that school the following year. So she said that after picking up these children, she dropped them at the mall, and that was the last time she also saw the children. So the father and the police ended up going again to the mall, and they went to look at the CCTV, and they saw a footage where there were two children who were dropped, but it wasn't clear because it looks like the two children who were dropped were all having school satchels, and but the father said no, it was only one of his child who was going to school. They cannot be both of them having satchels, but that was what was shown on the video. So the father wasn't sure if those were the two children. So the search continued and on and on, and the father said that every time he had to continue asking the police to continue the search, and it looks like it was going to a dead end. That's why the father decided to come to social media to look for help to find the children. So when the pictures of these two children were posted on media, the next day another lady came on social media, and she said apparently she has seen these two children, and at that time she said the children are at my workplace, and the lady works at an Anglican church, and she confirmed that she is with the children. So through the media the photos were sent, and the father confirmed that these were my children. So the police were called, and the father is apparently in Cape Town, and the children were found in Johannesburg, loitering in Johannesburg. And according to the person who saw the children look so dirty, and looks like the children were staying in the streets. And the lady went on to say that when she asked these children, they said they were looking for a job. The elder one was the one looking for a job so that she can take care of her younger sister, and they didn't have anywhere to go. So the police were called in. When the police came, at first the children said that denied having parents. They said they don't have parents, but later on they said that yes, they have parents, but they were abused, so they don't want to go back home. They would rather stay in the street than go back home. The father was informed all along about this progress, and the father was trying to see if he can go to Johannesburg to locate the children. So when the police questioned the children said they were not going home and they would rather stay in the street, they said. So the police said the children were adults, especially the 21-year-old, and they cannot force them to go back home if they don't want to go. So it's up for the children to do what they want. The children said they were the last time they left home, they were not happy, and they told their parents that they were leaving, and the parents told them that they can leave if they want. So that's how they left. The other older child said she sold her cell phone, and after selling the cell phone, that's the money that they used to travel from Cape Town to go to Johannesburg. So people were relieved when they found out the children were found. At least they were found. That's why people were, because most people were worried that maybe the children were killed or something might have happened to them. But luckily, the children were still alive, and people were happy about that. So now the lady who was with the children at that time at the Anglican church where she worked, she said that as for now, when the children, she's going to help find safe accommodation for the children, and maybe might try to involve social workers with the upkeep of the children, and that they can't be forced to go back home if they don't want to. So for now, that's the news for now, that the children will be involved with the social services, and the parents now know that their children are alive and they don't want to go back home, and people were relieved to find out the children are still alive. So that is for now. I'll keep you posted if I get more details.